Wait, what?
Let's kick off the list with Back 4 Blood, a co-op zombie shooter that's basically Left 4 Dead's cooler, flashier cousin. You and up to 3 friends are tossed into a chaotic world teeming with the undead. And trust me, it's not just a shoot-and-run situation. This game demands teamwork like a boss. If one of your buddies decides to Rambo it, they'll be zombie chow in seconds. The card system is where it gets spicy. You can build decks to enhance your playstyle. Want to be a tank? Go for it. Prefer to heal your squad and feel like a hero? That's an option too. Meanwhile, the AI director keeps things unpredictable. Just when you think you're safe, bam! A horde the size of a football stadium charges at you. The maps are detailed, the combat feels smooth, and the adrenaline? Through the roof. It's not just about shooting zombies, it's about laughing at your friend who gets swarmed because they didn't stick to the group, and friendship building, or, friendship destroying. Either way, it's a blast. Next up, we've got Deep Rock Galactic, where you and your crew of dwarf miners are out to explore dangerous caverns, mine precious resources, and maybe survive the literal hell of alien creatures trying to eat you. It's a mix of teamwork, strategy, and blasting things into oblivion, all while digging tunnels and finding shiny rocks. Sounds like a good time, right? The beauty of this game is that every dwarf class plays a different role, so coordination is key. One player's got to be the engineer, setting up turrets, while the scout does his best spelunking Spider-Man impression, finding hidden resources. Meanwhile, the gunner's busy turning enemies into Swiss cheese. And let's not forget the driller, who's essentially the human version of a jackhammer, digging tunnels like it's no big deal. But, and here's the kicker, you can never really take things for granted. One minute you're mining away, and the next, you're knee-deep in enemies that don't appreciate your quest for gems. It's chaotic, hilarious, and honestly, a workout for your thumbs. If you're looking for a mix of adventure, danger, and a bit of humor, Deep Rock Galactic is the game to get your crew together for. Next up, we have A Way Out, a game where 2 players team up in the most unique way possible. You're both criminals, and your goal is breaking out of prison. But here's the twist. It's built specifically for co-op. That means you'll need a buddy by your side the entire time. And no, you can't play solo. Trust me, I tried. From the very start, the game forces you to cooperate. And if you're not on the same page, things will go south fast. Think of it like an interactive movie mixed with a little bit of prison break flair. You're doing everything from sneaking around guards to building trust and, of course, escaping in some pretty outlandish ways. It's like a buddy cop movie, but without the cop part, and with a lot more daring escapes. The storyline is surprisingly emotional too, with both characters having their own backstory, and it'll keep you hooked with its unexpected turns. Whether you're outsmarting guards or high-speed chasing in cars, A Way Out is a blast with the right partner. Just make sure you pick someone who isn't going to ruin your escape.
Hey! Move! Get out of the way! Watch it! Freeze!
Next, we're diving into Borderlands 3, where you and your friends get to wreak havoc as a colorful cast of characters in an even more chaotic world. It's a loot shooter, yes, but it's the kind of loot shooter where guns are as weird as they are deadly. Picture this. You're firing a gun that shoots explosive axes, or maybe one that shoots guns. That shoot more guns. It's mind-blowing. The fun really begins when you and your crew jump into the action. You've got 4 unique Vault Hunters to choose from, each with their own powers and personalities, and the best part? You can totally play off each other's strengths. Maybe you're the tank who charges headfirst into battle while your friend's the sneaky sniper, picking off enemies from miles away. It's all about finding that perfect synergy, while also making sure no one gets distracted by the shiny loot. Because in Borderlands 3, there's always a better weapon just around the corner. And don't even get me started on the humor. The jokes are as ridiculous as the weapons.
I gotta say, I'm surprised the COV are using VR tech, but, then again, it's pretty cheap these days. I mean, people make entire worlds in there and just live in them. It's weird, though, most people just revisit worlds that were made, 7 years ago.
That's great.
Making it feel like you're in a non-stop action movie with a heavy dose of sarcasm. It's fun, it's wild, and most importantly, it's a blast with friends.
Yeah, he's got a big shield or something, too. Oh, boy. He's a toughie.
Sea of Thieves is next on the list. And it's exactly what you'd expect from a pirate adventure, except way more fun and chaotic. This is a game where you and your crew of misfit pirates get to sail the high seas, look for treasure, and, of course, plunder some other poor soul's ship. And believe me, no one's safe when you've got a cannon and a crew that thinks sailing means crashing into everything in sight. The best part? Every session is an unpredictable ride. You could be peacefully hunting for treasure, only to have a rival crew appear out of nowhere demanding a showdown. Or maybe you'll stumble across a skeleton fort, where you'll face waves of enemies with nothing but your wits and your cannons. The world is open, the ocean is yours to explore, and the drama with friends is, well, endless. From battling ghost ships to getting lost in a sea of sharks, literally, Sea of Thieves thrives on fun and chaos. Oh, and did I mention the ridiculous pirate banter? Prepare for some of the best and worst pirate voices you've ever heard. Next on the list is Don't Starve Together. And let me tell you, this one is not for the faint of heart. You and your friends get dropped into a creepy, dark world where the goal is simple. Try not to starve, go insane, and avoid getting eaten by horrifying creatures. Sounds like a piece of cake, right? Wrong. The beauty of Don't Starve Together is in its chaos. One minute you're foraging for berries, the next you're being chased by hounds or trying to survive a night of darkness, hoping you don't lose your mind. And let's not even talk about the weird, unsettling creatures you'll encounter. A spider queen? Check. A giant mole that throws rocks at you? You bet. But hey, it's all about teamwork. One person's got to be the firekeeper while another gathers resources, and don't forget about building your shelter and setting traps. Because in this world, everything is out to get you. What makes this game even more entertaining is the constant, let's just explore one more area, until you're all starving and panicking. But no worries, you'll all go down together, so at least that's a bonding experience, right? Next up, we have It Takes Two, a co-op masterpiece that's as much about solving puzzles as it is about tackling relationship drama. This game is all about a couple, Cody and May, who are turned into tiny dolls and forced to work together to navigate through a whimsical, yet challenging world. If you've ever wanted to experience emotional roller coasters, crazy puzzles, and a whole lot of teamwork and some seriously odd settings, then this is your jam. The real magic of It Takes Two lies in its co-op mechanics. It's designed so that you literally cannot progress without your partner. Each level introduces new abilities that require both players to work together. One might be bouncing off walls while the other is solving a puzzle with a paint cannon. Yes, a paint cannon. It's not just about solving challenges. It's about communicating and overcoming obstacles that feel way bigger than they really are. Also, the story is hilariously touching and will tug at your heartstrings while you're both laughing at how ridiculous the situations are. Next up is Overcooked 2, the game that will test your friendships. If you thought cooking together was stressful in real life, just wait until you're managing a chaotic kitchen while juggling flames, frozen food, and a literal river separating you and your partner. It's a fast-paced, chaotic mess, and it's amazing. The concept is simple. You and your friends are chefs working together to prepare meals in increasingly ridiculous kitchens. Imagine trying to chop ingredients in a kitchen that's constantly moving. Or maybe you've got a kitchen that's floating on 2 trucks. Good luck keeping up with that. And just when you think you've got a handle on things, someone will drop a plate of food, someone else will light a stove on fire, and all of a sudden, it's pure pandemonium. It's hilarious, it's stressful, and it's incredibly satisfying when you finally get that perfect order out. Overcooked 2 is filled with surprises and stages that will have you laughing and yelling at each other at the same time. Next, we've got the legendary Portal 2, a co-op puzzle game that takes teamwork and brainpower to a whole new level. In this one, you and your friend are equipped with portal guns, and your job is to navigate through mind-bending puzzles. Oh, and to escape the clutches of an overly sarcastic AI named GLaDOS. It's as clever as it is hilarious. And the best part? You're solving puzzles together, which means if one of you messes up, you both get stuck. Classic. The co-op mode is pure genius. Each player has a portal gun that shoots portals in different colors, and you'll need to use these to teleport through the levels. Timing, strategy, and communication are key, and you'll need to rely on each other to solve puzzles that require both players to think on their feet. It's like being in a real-life escape room, but with less stress. Or maybe more, depending on how many times you accidentally portal yourself into a deadly pit. With witty dialogue, challenging puzzles, and the sheer joy of feeling like a genius when you finally solve something, Portal 2 is a must-play for any co-op lover. Trust me, your brain will thank you. Eventually. Next up is Phasmophobia, the co-op horror game where you and your friends take on the role of ghost hunters. Except, with a lot less confidence and a lot more screaming. In this game, you and your team of amateur ghost hunters are tasked with identifying what kind of supernatural being is haunting a house. But here's the kicker. The ghosts, they're real, and they're not exactly friendly. You've got to use all sorts of creepy tools, EMF readers, spirit boxes, and even a trusty flashlight, to gather evidence and figure out which type of ghost you're dealing with. But the more you interact with the ghost, the angrier it gets, and things get real spooky, real fast. The best part? The game uses voice recognition, so the ghost can hear you when you talk. That's right. You might yell hello into the darkness and hear something respond, and then everyone runs for their life. It's tense, it's nerve-wracking, and the best part is that it's terrifyingly fun with friends. Just be warned. There's a 99% chance one of your friends will leave you behind when things get too spooky. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on the latest and greatest games. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update. Got a game you'd love to see in a future video? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stay tuned and see you next time.